outside for a minute. Let you see. We're into the snow melt, of course. And I've been crocheting for a while, so I thought I would try to walk around a little bit. And I thought I'd have a little discussion about fibromyalgia. As you can see, a lot of this now has ice. Hear it. You know, you can hear it. But we are getting some green specks coming through. As you can see, the ice forming, it was about 20 degrees, 25 degrees, which warm up, and it's supposed to warm up. But I kind of had a moment today, and I thought I'd talk, because that's what we do. We're here to support each other, right? Put my gloves on. Hold on a second. Welcome on in, March. Welcome on in. You put hashtag. And I thought of fibromyalgia. You know, one of the reasons I use the picture of me in the shirt that we have in our merch store, Fibromyalgia Warrior, is because that's what I am. I'm a warrior, and I have to do it every day. Like I said, you can see we've got green pastures coming through. The snowy mess. Doing quite a thing when this all starts melting. But I'm a warrior in the sense that I have to get up. I do my best to move. I do my best to get things done. Look at all this. This is going to be an absolute muddy mess when it melts. Ugh. I'd take y'all out to see it. And we couldn't get past this. There's still snow hills here, but we couldn't get really past here. This was all covered, and there was a huge amount of snow. This has since all melted, and even the place that we sit in the fall was all covered in snow. So it's certainly gotten better. Let's see. I don't know if it's. I'm not gonna try. You can hear it underneath my feet, and I'm not gonna try that because I think I'd fall and hurt myself. But we still can't get in. But this is all ice now. You can hear it, and it's pretty lumpy. Even Mocha doesn't like it. She goes, I thought I'd try to go over there, and you can see the pond doesn't have the snow on top now. It just has like thin, like ice over there. I'm not gonna try. I thought I'd try, but I'm not going to. I thought all this was clear, but it's not. Hi, Gloss. Welcome on in. As you can see, before all of this, the water, the pond we have here was all covered in snow. You couldn't tell this was a pond. It looked like all one thing because it had snow across it. And this was all covered. Hi, Joe. Welcome on in. So we're getting certainly an icy mess covered. That's the hill that's still here. Hi, Shatiqua. But you can put hashtag blessed if you'd like people to find your channel. But I kind of got mad today. And I needed to go to the post office. Couldn't go to the post office because I needed somebody to drive. Now, my fibromyalgia experience is kind of like an autistic experience. When you've met one autistic child, you've met one autistic child. How do I know this? Because I've raised one. I've been with several other autistic individuals, and they're all different. They all have different needs. They all have different things that upset them. And so this is my journey. And I don't do much driving anymore, partly because of the medication I have to be on, but partly because of sometimes the panic attacks that come on. Yes, absolutely, exactly, March. And I do my best, but I got mad with it today. sat in my room and I was crocheting the blanket for my grandchild. And I thought I'm going to go out and try to walk around a little bit, and I'm hurting. But I had to wait for somebody to take me to the post office because driving's not something I do very well anymore. It's taken away from me. I had a migraine earlier this afternoon, so whatever I was going to do had to stop. And I have you down for a minute because I'm passing by our street and I need to not keep the address, or at least the street, visible to everybody. Street name. I'll have you up in a minute. Still got mountains, but they're not as big as they were. So everything had to stop because I had a migraine. And I had to take care of my migraine. And I'm walking and it hurts. Go to bed and it hurts. I get up and it hurts. There's not a moment in my day that my body doesn't hurt. My daughter lives about an hour away. Something 15 years ago, I was diagnosed officially in 2013. See the mountains, the snow mountains are down. And again, you guys can put hashtag blessed if you want people to connect with your channel. 15 years, roughly about 15 years ago. I'd have never thought anything about hopping in my car and driving an hour, 45 minutes, putting on the music to go anyplace. I can't do that. I can't get in the car and go surprise my daughter and say, hey, let me take you out to lunch, which I can't do very often because money's tight. But, it's just the nice thing to be able to do that. Or if I had the funds, let's go get her nails done. I can't do that. Partly because of the medication, partly because of the panic attacks that happen, partly because I don't feel comfortable driving because of the pain. And it's been taken from me. There's been parts of my life that have been taken. Fibromyalgia at mountains, I was a lot higher before when we had all that snow, but it's come down a lot. We have grass here. Oops, probably can't see that. We have grass here, but it's going to be this whole path was covered. It's going to be a mess when all this stuff melts. But it's all been taken. And, people don't realize that independence, being independent, being able to get in your car and just go and drive and do something like that is a privilege. And when you're dealing with a chronic illness that limits you in so many ways, people forget. When you hop in your car the next time, and you can do that so easily, just take a moment and sit there and think to yourself, there's people that can't do that for one reason or another. And it becomes life-changing. Am I a fibromyalgia warrior? Hell yeah. I have to be. I have to keep going. I do my best. But has it taken things from my life? Absolutely. It has taken things in ways I didn't expect. So why am I telling you all this? It's because there's people out there that have this. There's doctors that tell people that it's all in their head, and they have no idea what, hi Nancy, that it's something that they're just imagining. It's not real. Oh yeah, it's so real. The panic attacks, the insomnia, the chronic pain, the fog, the depression, all of that is so real. It's not something that's just made up in your head. But I can tell you that connection helps. It makes a difference in a lot of ways. You may not think it does, but it does. Keeping your hands busy does. But there's some times where you're allowed to get mad. You're allowed to be upset or angry at something you didn't ask for, but your body decided it was going to do. You had no control over it, and you're allowed to have those times where you say, yep, I'm going to get mad. Doesn't last for very long. It usually doesn't, because I figure out I ain't going to waste my energy to be mad about it. But every once in a while, I get a little bit upset at the fact that I have had my life altered in such a way. You know, I was thinking today, as I was riding on the way to the post office, somebody took me to the post office, which isn't very far from our house. I thought, my grandchild's on the way, and I would never get in a car and drive. I'm on certain medicine that's best if I don't drive, and I don't drive. And I won't drive. You know, I'll sit in the back and have fun playing with him, my grandchild, but I'm not going to drive. And I thought, that's been taken. And that's okay, because there's nothing more important than the safety of my daughter and the people in the vehicle. And I think to myself, sometimes when you watch these cop reels that come by, and people get in the car when they've had too much to drink, or they're taking, you know, medication that they shouldn't be on the road with, and you think, do they think what they're doing? The lives they're putting at risk? You have a responsibility to make sure that your safety is there, not only for you, but for everybody else. But I thought to myself, no, won't be able to do that. That's okay. I'm still I'd rather sit back, honestly, if you want to say something, I'd rather sit back in the back seat and have fun with my grandchild. Anyway, but I just got mad with it today. I got a little angry. And I thought to myself, I don't know how many other people are on here that may be struggling with fibromyalgia or something else that they didn't ask for, that maybe their independence has been taken away a little bit. And let me say this, my choice not to drive is my choice. It's because I too feel the same way. Hi Echo. The same way my 16-year-old sister was taken away by a drunk driver. And I am so sorry about that. I feel that that's my choice. Not only is it the medicine I have to be on so I'm not in absolute agony, but it's also because I don't feel like my ability to drive is there anymore. It hurts a lot to drive. And so driving is painful. And So I choose that it's best for me not. And thankfully, I have a husband that loves to drive. My mother still drives. I have a daughter that drives. But just being able to plan your day, to be able to wake up and go, okay, I can plan, I'm going to do this today or that tomorrow or whatever. That's all been taken. Can't always plan. Some days I have great plans and great aspirations. Yep. Well, that goes out the window when you have a migraine or you're in pain or whatever it is. I just got mad with it today. That's why I titled this, Let's Talk About Fibromyalgia. Well, thank you, Nancy. I appreciate that. I try. I wanted to, I hope everybody, I put out another, hi, Crate Relate. Welcome on in. Put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. I've been doing a lot of sorrow with Mocha and Little Adventures. And I know I should probably be doing some more shorts. I got to get back to Bible verses and all that kind of stuff. But I've been having fun with it. So I hope you all have been kind of having fun watching Mocha. I did one tonight. I had her meet the Clydesdales. Of course, we met one of the Clydesdales, Champ the Clydesdale. And that was awesome. And I had her at the puppy bowl, and I know that, it's just fun. I did one today. I didn't put it up yet, but I had me with long hair. Boy, did I look like Christina, my daughter. I'm just having fun with them. And they've been getting a lot of really good views. Some of them have gotten up to 2K. Some have gotten up to 1,500. So if I do ever post anything, y'all will see it. Of course, if it's done through Sora, it's labeled Sora, so you know that it's through that. But I always put it in the thing. I always answer the question correctly. But I've been doing just a couple of those shorts just for fun. And I've been enjoying them and learning about that and putting it together. And hopefully you guys too. Fiber tries to steal your life in more ways than just in pain. Absolutely. So I said I got mad. I got mad today when I had to wait for somebody to take me to the post office. When I realized, just to remember, I can get in the car, but I choose not to, because it's just, not only do I not feel comfortable to drive anymore, it hurts to drive. I can't get in the car and go say to my daughter and surprise her, let's go out to lunch. Let's go get our nails done. Not that I would have the money right now to do that anyway, but it's all kind of been taken away. Now you'll see this other snow mountain has come down. This is another one. This was still there. Planning my day doesn't happen because I never know when it's going to happen. Today I had a migraine in the middle of the afternoon, so everything had to stop. I'm trying not to get overwhelmed. Finding myself a little bit overwhelmed right now. It's kind of why I've been a little distant. I'm working on a blanket for my grandchild, an ABC blanket that I'm doing for him. And I'm doing... Hi, Pan. Welcome on in. Do hashtag blessed if you want people to connect with your channel. Unfortunately, I can't choose not to drive single parent. It requires a vehicle. Absolutely. You can put hashtag blessed if you want people to connect with your channel. And I understand that. I'm fortunate. I have my husband who can drive, my mom that could drive. And of course, I drove for several years. But then what started happening with me, unfortunately, is I had really bad panic attacks. That's what really stopped me from driving. Along with just it was very painful to drive. And I think if I had to drive, I could. I wouldn't take my medication. I never did. If I was going to drive, my medication never entered my body. But I could if I had to. But the panic attacks they're part of fibromyalgia, unfortunately. And sometimes they can come in any place. And usually I get them on the road. I don't know why. I don't know when that started, how it started. But I got diagnosed in 2013. Yeah, side effects are crazy. I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia in 2013. It wasn't until 2018 where I don't know if there's a correlation, but my grandmother passed in 2018. And I had a panic attack shortly after that. I don't know. And ever since then, it's been really hard for me to be on the road and drive. And my counselor just says it's part of what you have to kind of deal with. And so with that, it makes it difficult. It's not just the medication effects to help you deal with the pain level, because if you don't take anything, you're in absolute agony. I mean, I had to be bedridden without any kind of help deal with that. I get panic attacks. I drive in places. I don't know. I always have someone in the van with me. Absolutely. And so I just thought about it today. I thought, can't necessarily plan anything anymore. Don't know what I'm going to be like tomorrow. I've had bouts of insomnia over the past month, like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning before I can go to bed. And I think part of that is just worrying about my daughter, who is expecting, and wanting to make sure she's okay. And grandchild's growing beautifully. She's doing fine. There hasn't been any major complications yet, and I pray to God there won't be. There's a lot to do for the baby shower. We just got some more invitations out. We got a couple more to get out, decorations to do, soap caddies to do. I have a place. She is 22 or 23 weeks now. Baby's due in June. So, I didn't look at her. I have a little app that tells me what week she is. I think she's 22 or 23, something along there. I'm doing the soap caddies. The gummies have helped me. I don't want to smell from smoke. Blessing your future. Thank you very much. We make soap caddies, and we're doing the soap caddies for the favors for the baby shower, and they're wedding colors. And my daughter, no matter the gender, it had been a teal dress she would have worn for the pictures. So their wedding colors were orange, copper, teal, turquoise, ivory, and silver. So I'm doing soap caddies, which we do in bulk and discounted pricing. If anybody has like a baby shower, wedding shower, wedding, gender reveal, graduation, any special occasions that they want the soap caddies for, we'll do them. And so we're working on those. I have 2 blankets to finish. I've got the decorations for the table that have to be worked on. I have soap caddies. Several of the stores in our area have asked. Well, one is interested in our soap caddies actually going into the stores. We changed our packaging a little bit, so they're going to start going in some of the local stores here around our area that are on commission based. So I'm trying to get those done. And can't stay. Oh, well, have a nice sleep. So I've told people this month I feel very overwhelmed. And the Advent series needs to be finished, and that's not finished yet. I will be drawing Dog the Bounty Hunter tomorrow. So if you have not entered for that giveaway, it is a signed hat by Dog the Bounty Hunter. Faith and Tackle donated that. And it is a $10 gift card to Hobby Lobby or Amazon. You have to be U.S. And over 18, of course. It's not affiliated with YouTube. And 2 of our soap caddies. And then we'll be doing another giveaway towards the middle part of March. And we'll be doing that for the Eli Yoder book, along with a $10 gift card to Amazon or Hobby Lobby and 2 of our soap caddies. But the baby shower's in April. Have a good night. And I'm trying not to get overwhelmed. And I've had to say to myself, okay, the Advent series stopped because Christmas was really hard for me to kind of get through. I had lost my aunt last year in March. It was the first Christmas without her, and it was really hard. I really struggled Christmas. And, of course, my daughter was on my head, too, in my mind. And she kind of got through her, into her 3rd trimester, kind of the end of Christmas. So I need to finish that. I need to sit and record those. But I've had to say to myself, okay, Mary, you've got to focus on what you need to get done. And I'm doing our towel holder things that go on the ovens as part of the gifts for the prizes, because we're doing a diaper raffle. We're doing Guess Christina's TV show she watched as a kid game, another game, Guess the Kisses game. Diaper raffle is going to have two prizes. And so I've got to do those. And it's good because a lot of crocheting needs to happen right now. And that's good because I can do that a lot from just sitting down if I'm really hurting. But I just thought about it today. And I thought my life has changed. And as I progress, it changes more and more. There's things I can't do. I've had sciatic nerve this year that I didn't have. I have finally subsided, but it lasted for a lot longer than I've ever had to deal with it. And I'm not complaining, guys. This isn't a complaining stream. This is just saying this is what it looks like. I don't know if anybody lives with somebody who has fibromyalgia or knows somebody that has fibromyalgia, and they look at them and they think, oh, they slept. Maybe they slept, and I've done it. I've slept for 8-9 hours, and I wake up thinking, man, did I really sleep? Did I get any sleep? I feel just as tired and as sore and unrested as when I went to bed. And that's part of it, because your body, even in sleep, doesn't stop hurting. So if you do know anybody that has this, look at them and say, you're a warrior. Don't beat them up, guys, for what they cannot help. Don't look at them and say, I don't believe you. You're not in their body. You don't know what they're going through. They are doing the very best that they can to get through the day or get through the night. And you can choose how you're going to help them get through it. Maybe sitting with them on the couch, or offering, if they're really having not the greatest day, find out if you can bring the food to them. Maybe sit down and watch a movie with them. This isn't an easy thing, and that's why we have that shirt in the merch store, Fibromyalgia Warrior, because that's what you guys are. that are dealing with this. You are warriors. Because this is not for the weak. Let me just tell you, this is not for the weak. Absolutely not. This is for the strong. And I won't stay mad. I don't. I've learned to say that's just a waste of my energy and time. But I think you go through parts of your life where you get mad at certain things, and you have to allow yourself to get mad or angry or upset. You know, when things have been stolen from you, yeah, you have to grieve them a little bit. And I've grieved over my time of not being able to get in the car and drive because I just don't feel comfortable driving anymore. I know it seems weird, but it hurts sometimes to just lift the leg and move it from the brake back and forth to the gas. I don't feel comfortable to drive. I don't know when I'm going to drive and a panic attack's going to come out of nowhere. When something's been taken from you, you have a right to be angry. You have a right to be upset. And just because, well, you know what? I really haven't driven much since 2019. And I was really struggling driving even before then. I started crocheting in 2013, and I'm so glad I did. Oh my goodness, that helps me so much. It helps me beyond measure, Nancy, believe me. But and I think not only the driving part, it just hit me today because I couldn't get in the car and drive to the post office. I think not only that, it was a day without pain, a day without getting up going, oh, this hurts so bad. A day without not thinking about anything. A day where you don't have a migraine pop out of nowhere. A day when you can go to sleep and wake up and feel like, yeah, I feel really good. I've got a lot of energy this morning. I'm rested. This isn't in your head if you're dealing with fibromyalgia, guys. It's not in your head. I really, really wish it was. But you know, on the days when I struggle, days when I get upset, my grandfather, my papu, comes in my head, and he has been there all day today. Every time I kind of got a little bit upset, he's been in there. Because my grandfather, my papu, was a quadriplegic. He could not move below the neck. He had multiple sclerosis. Doctors think that we were lying about the pain. You're fighting through the day. I'm proud of you for sharing. Yep. And I miss him so much. My papu was an amazing man. And he wasn't my biological grandfather, but man, I was his granddaughter 100%, blood or not. And he had to get up once he couldn't move below the neck because he had multiple sclerosis. He had to get up with the lift. And I remember being in that room when he would get up from the lift and he would have a spasm and he would flatten out and you just hear him, just tears running down his face because it hurt. Yeah, I know he is. It hurts so bad. And he'd just get in his chair. We put him over and he'd put in his chair and we'd help him get dressed. And he'd have a big smile on his face. He just pressed through. His thing every day was to make somebody smile and make them happy. I had no intentions of crying. It was to make somebody happy. It was to make him smile. Somebody smile. Put a smile on your face. He wanted to see you happy, even though he couldn't move. He couldn't itch his nose. He was in that chair. And there's reasons he's been on my head over the past little bit here. And I just sit there thinking to myself, Papu, if you can do it, so can I. I can get up. I don't need a lift at this point. I can walk. Sometimes it scares me a little bit because I don't know when my back's going to give out, whether I'll need help. But my husband will be right there beside me, and he is. He's there to hold my hand at night when I'm hurting and I'm crying. I am so blessed. The support system that I have, I hope everybody does. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to understand their pain. You don't have to do it. It doesn't have to make sense in your head, but you have to be there to be able to help them through it. What you're supposed to do is a support system. I don't care whether you're a friend. I don't care if you're a spouse. I don't care if you're a child. You don't have to understand it. You can be just as mad that has invaded their body as they are. But you have to choose. How are you going to support them? You ask them how you're going to support them. Go in our merch store, give them a Fibromyalgia Warrior shirt, find out their size, and give it to them and have them say, here you are. I bought this for you because you're a warrior. Remind them that they're a warrior. My grandfather drove. Of course, he had the hand things that help paraplegics drive. And he was smart. One day, he went to the mall, and he drove to the mall. And he got in the car with my grandmother and said to her, at that time they didn't have cell phones, Nan, call Kathy, which is my mom. I can't drive anymore. Just in that 2 or 3 hours they were in the mall, he lost the ability to drive. He knew he could not get behind the wheel because he didn't have the ability to do it anymore. And then he got an electric wheelchair. I remember him. I used to stand on the back of his electric wheelchair in the summers when we go to Publix. Boy, do I miss Publix. He did it. He wanted to go to Publix and talk to people and, hi Lydia, talk to people and say hello and put smiles on people's faces. But he knew, just like I've done over the years, that I don't feel capable of driving. And there's a couple days here and there where I feel like I can, but I choose not to, and that's okay. And I know if I know if I wanted to go spend the day at my daughter's house, my mom would take me there and drop me off and come pick me back up again. Or my daughter would bring me home. And quite frankly, if you want to be frank about it, when it's time for my grandson, I would 10 times rather be in the back seat playing with him. Y'all heard what I just said, so if I say it now, Christina spilled the beans. And I told I said, we're still calling it Little Bean, but there is occasions where you may actually hear what it is, the gender. But I'm not really doing it too much. She spilled the beans when we were with Eli Yoder. I'd rather be in the back of the seat with my grandchild having fun and playing and interacting than driving. I'll leave that to my husband. That's an actual benefit. I thought of that today. And many, many years down the road, that grandchild will be coming to pick its yai up to take it out to lunch. Take me out to lunch, not it. It'll be okay. Could I drive? To some degree. Is it really painful to drive? It hurts a lot. It's painful and it hurts. And I don't feel qualified. But it was taken from me. It was stolen from me. Sleep, stolen from me. Day without pain, stolen from me. And I use stolen, and you may think, well, awful strong word, but it's dang on the truth, because I didn't ask for it. My body did it to me. Just like my grandfather didn't ask to be in a wheelchair, did he? He didn't ask to be able to not, move below his neck. And that was all taken. But be strong. Stay connected, guys, even on your really hard days. I've been telling people we're going to be doing a lot, and I haven't. And I really realized today what was going on. And I thought, I'm in a fibromyalgia funk. I'm a little bit mad with fibromyalgia right now, past couple days. But we are going to be doing a lot of streams over the next little bit here because I have lots of crochet projects that have got to get done in the next, 6 weeks. I've got 2 blankets, which I'm working on. Probably another at least 50, 60 soap caddies that have to get done. And ones for the doctors, or not the doctors, the stores. My doctor had me do a driving game. It's like driving a steering wheel. Yeah. I don't think it's that. I think it was just today. It was like, I have to sit and wait for somebody to take me to the dang on post office. Because I can't do that anymore. Couldn't. And so I got a little bit. We're in Ohio, Patty. No, we still got snow on the ground, but I'm telling you guys, when it melts, it's going to be a messy thing. So we're in Ohio. I just think I felt like I had to wait for somebody to take me to the post office, and it just was annoying. It was just, I just thought about it today. I thought I never would have thought about just not hopping in my car and just going. But I have to wait because it's just, and mind you, I was having a really bad pain day today. It was significant. And I had a migraine, which I never drive. I don't do any driving anymore. I wouldn't drive with a migraine anyway. We don't have snow. It's not really the best to drive with and my migraine wasn't bad. It was just there enough that I wouldn't do it. It's not the greatest to drive when you're having a headache. There were several things I thought, no, not happening. And like I said, I really don't drive anymore because of a lot of different factors. The pain level, a lot of times I'm dealing with the migraine, it's the panic attacks, it's the medication, it's all of the stuff, right? So I'm choosing to do what is safe for me and everybody on the road. That's me. There are people that have fibromyalgia that can drive and have no problem with it. Unfortunately, I had to have panic attacks when it comes to driving, and those are just no fun. You know what I mean? So it was just the thought that I had to wait for somebody to take me to the dang on post office today. And I thought, all right, I'm mad. And I thought I'm going to go out and talk about it because this is life. This is life as a fibromyalgia patient. And I say this because I want everybody to understand this is my journey. Now, I can say to most fibromyalgia patients, we have similar things. A lot of people have panic attacks. A lot of people have chronic pain. A lot of people have migraines. A lot of people have insomnia. A lot of people have difficulty here and there. There's a lot of things that we can agree on, absolutely, 100%, that we could say we have in common. This is my journey, okay? It's not everybody's journey. Maybe somebody doesn't have panic attacks on the road. Maybe somebody can deal with the highways. Somebody doesn't have a lot of migraines. You know, I don't have a lot of, thankfully, fibromyalgia fog. A lot of people do. There has been days where I have had fog. I think it was recent too. I was actually at my pain management doctor. And I was trying to look at the questions, and it just were not computing in this head of mine. And he finally said to me, let me read them to you because I can just tell you're struggling today. And I said to Josh, we got to stop someplace because I have to go get something to eat because my head is hurting. And I just knew it. And we went to the eye doctor, and I had to do these tests. We have to go back on Monday because it was like a virtual thing there. I don't quite understand it, but anyway, the doctor. Anyway, they had these lights coming in my eyes, and I just was like, boy, that made my migraine worse. I came home, went right to bed. I was in bed by 8:30, sleep by 9, and I slept till 6 o'clock till Josh woke me up because he was crashing. And guess what? I felt like I hadn't slept all night. So it's just, you know, it's my journey, and everybody else has different things that they struggle with fibromyalgia. Gentle hugs to those dealing with it. You are a warrior. You have to stay strong. You have to listen to your body. You're allowed to get mad. You've had things taken from you that you didn't ask for. And you have to stay strong. And you can do it. Get your support system, and if the people around you don't understand, stand up for yourself and say, guess what? Hi, Kendi K, welcome on in. Guess what? You're not in my body. You don't get to tell me how I feel.